song. It sounds like nothing's going badly. She's like singing as normal, and just dancing through her freaking stress. I'm like, same sis.
So hello everyone and welcome back to PsyPoints, and this is now finally the second time we're doing this in the series. We're actually like the first time, I will admit, a bit rough. We're still working out how to do this format like fully properly, but you know what? This is our second time. We're gonna try again, and this time it's going to be a movie review for this PsyReact. And what we watched, the animated movie Encanto, and with that, we all really wanted to watch this because of what it had to say about intergenerational trauma. And recently, it's just been getting really big here in the Philippines, at least if you look through Facebook anyway, because of how much it relates to all of us on a spiritual level. And today, we just really wanted to talk about it, watch it for a future video where we're going to go more in depth. But for now, we just want to give our initial reactions because we really enjoyed it here, and you guys can explain that part.
It's
Encanto is set in Colombia, and it's about this family called the Madrigals, and basically they were given this miracle, and every child is given a gift when they come of age, basically. And the story follows Mirabel and how, spoiler-ish, she didn't get her own gift. As time goes by, another kid is born and another kid comes of age. So eventually during that ceremony, it's like casita, what they call their house, is for some reason falling apart. This isn't all spoilers. Pretty sure you can see this on the trailer. So Mirabel's mission is to basically save the miracle, and it's a story about family and like the bonds of family. I almost like a journey of yourself, of like a journey for Mirabel and a journey for her family. So it's a very heart-wrenching story that made me cry.
Oh yeah,
So I've,
fun
like,
fact:
watched
the
it
reason
multiple
that the additional 20 minutes was required before actually recording this was because we had to let everyone let their emotions out.
It was
Pretty much.
it was
said
a
that
lot
you-
of emotions to process, man.
we said
Please.
raw reactions, but we don't want to have it like a 20 minutes of crying or something,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
honestly,
man. It was
no one
very.
wants to hear like crying or like just crying
No one
straight.
wants to hear me crying.
Not
and
even
singing
like cute
to-
sniffles.
What
No,
else
it's a
can I
full on like screaming
Yeah.
sob fest.
It's screaming. I think what really got people to tears is like first the songs. Like if you read the lyrics, especially surface pressure, it's like
Yeah, I keep on hearing how
hurts to
like
the soul.
surface pressure hit so many like kids who relate to it. I keep like
Yeah.
seeing like memes online where they're just reacting to like surface
Yeah.
pressure, and they like keep looking at their sibling like, "Huh, are you okay, buddy? Are you okay?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
honestly,
I've seen a lot
that's
of that.
true.
And like seeing it for itself, I'm like, oh shit, that hit hard too.
It really hits.
Usually
Like
doesn't.
no matter where you're from, I feel like surface pressure is like one of those types of songs that you'll find the lyrics relatable to your experiences. Because it really happens to every type of family, no matter whether you're an only child, middle child, youngest child, or whatever. Like this pressure is just hitting you inside, and you're just unsure what to do, but to keep on, but it's so pressuring. Yeah,
The best
stuff
part
like
of
that.
it, and I'm not sure if like there's people who talked about it in like videos, I guess. It's like in the song, it sounds like nothing's going badly. She's like singing as normal, just dancing through her freaking stress. I'm like, same sis.
It's relatable.
Like dancing with the
through your
donkeys.
stress.
My girlfriend like really like, as the eldest one of a family of as the eldest among 5 siblings in total.
Ooh.
It just really hits home na all the pressure that is already placed on the family in the Philippines. Like it's really, of course, this all of this pressure is placed on the younger generations, especially to, well, I guess the term is surpass the parents in a sense, to try and become
Yes.
successful, to earn more, to be more in order to support their own families and so on and so forth. And it creates this thing, and this is like a very big term that's used in different reviews that talk about Encanto, when transgenerational trauma comes in. And that was actually my first time hearing that term itself. So for those who don't know, and I will explain this a lot better when we do the formal video version of this. According to Wikipedia, transgenerational trauma or intergenerational trauma is the psychological effects that the collective trauma experienced by a group of people has on subsequent generations. So, minor spoiler territory here. The grandparent, the eldest in the family of the movie, experienced some trauma.
Abuela.
And from then on, when people started getting gifts from the younger generations onward, that all of this pressure was placed for them to be better and better, to protect each other, to protect the community, to make it stronger. But then it started to create this pressure and all of this desire to this unhealthy desire to be perfect, to be better, when realistically that's almost impossible. And it really gets to you when you always think, are you ever going to be enough? Am I what I doing is
Yeah.
right? Am I making my family proud? Which is something that's really relatable here in the Philippines, I think.
I think a reason why it's very much relatable for like Filipinos, no matter like the age or like gender, is that we talked about it in a previous video. The setting had a very community I forgot the term. If you can remember the term, please like tell me or like put it up on the screen somewhere.
I'm not sure which
But
one you're trying to say, but go on.
It's the mindset where you have to put your community first before yourself. Yeah, a collective culture where over compared to like I guess Western prioritize themselves, whereas in the movie it's very similar to Asian culture and I assume now Colombian culture since it's set in Colombia. It has a very community based mindset where you have to always help those around you before you help yourself because that was Abuela's number one goal. It was to always help the community. Like there was such a heavy emphasis on helping the community using their gifts. So definitely that put pressure on the kids, the teenagers, and I guess that's why it's so relatable because as Filipinos, we're taught to always prioritize family.
I agree with the Abuela generational trauma. And I think it kind of reminds me of this conflict going on, which kind of makes me feel sad. Like, wherein in the Encanto, is there really a villainous figure, or it's more on like everyone has their own circumstances that went out of control, and it just results to bad things happening? Because at times I would watch TikTok or YouTube, and then you would hear views that people understand Abuela because she went through some sort of trauma. So as a result, I think it's one way or another. We all experience these times wherein because of our bad experiences, we don't want to repeat it, but as a result, it caused harm to not only ourselves but also to other people. In the same way, Abuela also did that, wherein I feel like her intentions are good, and I hope the intentions are good. It just so happens that it intentionally harmed other people. And it kind of saddens me. I don't know, personally, I don't see in Encanto there is no villain figure. But yeah, some people view Abuela as some sort of villainous figure because of how she harmed the family. But I think it's up to the viewers' interpretation. But yeah, just a random comment now that you mentioned about generational trauma and Abuela and stuff like that.
Yeah, ultimately, and the Philippines, and more than just the Philippines, like every parent, every grandparent just wants the best for their family overall, and some just bring it to extremes that they don't realize are hurting in the long run, but they still do care in a twisted sense. And I think the movie kind of showed it. And it's just really nice that they were able to show that even with that, it's still always something you can redeem from as long as you listen to your family, listen to where they're coming from, try to understand them. From that, you can then learn what truly matters, which is that you are giving them the best. You want them to have the best. You have their best interest at heart when you're trying to make them look their best, be their best. But don't forget that that's all for them, and you have to make sure it's what they want and that they're happy throughout the way. With that all said, actually, final thoughts, final ratings on the movie itself from everyone.
Like, it's a really good movie. It's just like as a movie itself, it's rushed in a way. Like, things can be expound more, but you know, time wise they have like deadlines and stuff, so understandable that they can't like tell like everyone's story in a way in Encanto. So like 7 or 8 out of 10. It's still a really good movie though.
I'd give it like an 8.5 actually. Like, I really, really liked it. This isn't my first time watching it. It's actually my second, and I cried even harder the second time. So I do agree with Kyla that it was rushed. There was definitely like, it wasn't really on the shorter end because it was like nearly 2 hours, so I wouldn't say it was shorter. But there were definitely some aspects of like the movie that could have been more expounded on. But for me, the story itself, like focusing solely on Mirabel's story and how she was helping her family, for me was really good, and it actually probably is one of my favorite movies. Like, visually stunning, the music was great. I love the story. Maybe they just like introduced some concepts that were just brushed upon, and I would have enjoyed to learn more about. But overall, just it was great.
Okay, so this is really hard. So I'm just gonna divide the ratings based on the story and the song. For the songs, as someone who read all of the lyrics, it's not my first time watching either. It's actually my second time. Lyrics-wise of the song, it's 10 out of 10. I feel like the movie is carried by the songs, because if you read the lyrics, oh my gosh, there are so many words that you actually make quotes out of it, whether it could be because you relate to it or it's just inspirational. So the song's 10 out of 10, but like what the rest says in terms of story, I'm more on 8 over 10 to be a bit fair. It's mostly because of the ending, and there's so many plot holes that I'm confused. Or more like, I feel like it could have been filled in more to make the ending more satisfying. Like, for example, what is Mirabel's power? I mean, I feel like it's low-key showed, but as someone who has a low sense of analytical skills, I was like, wait, so what is Mirabel's power? Friendship is magic? Is that it?
My Little Pony. Little Pony.
My Little Pony? It's a room. And then and then next thing is Bruno. I mean, I honestly feel bad for Bruno, man. It's like, so you're saying that all this entire time, his own siblings, Peppa and I forgot the other woman's
Julieta.
name. I love her though.
Julieta.
Yeah. The whole time they never bothered looking for Bruno. They just left Bruno alone. Come on, man. I'm so sorry. And another plot hole I noticed is one, I think, and also Dolores. I think one of the things I question about is how come Dolores can keep secrets about Bruno being inside the house, but when it comes to Mirabel, she is like, oh, I told everything. I have to tell Abuela and the family that she's the best. Like, what?
They do have
That
an
is so
entire song to kind of answer that question. We don't talk about
yeah, that's
Bruno.
good.
At the same time, I think it's because she was like really panicked, like, oh god, okay, the miracle's
yeah.
dying, oh god,
Yeah.
we're gonna be
Yeah.
homeless.
And, like, I guess it leaves it up to audience interpretation. Like, specifically
Yeah.
for me, Mirabel's gift, quote unquote gift, I think depends on the interpretation of the person watching it. Because for me, I don't think Mirabel needed a gift.
Yeah, but overall, I guess the movie's okay. What I like of the most are the characters. The characters are really fleshed out well. Like you could love every character, and that's because their character traits are like really shown. They all fit with each other, especially Felix and Peppa and
I love that.
Juliet. Yeah, but all husbands and wives, relation goals, and yeah. But yeah, overall 8/10. So yeah, because of plot holes and the ending, it's kind of unsatisfactory.
I love how you use the my anime list style of review there, just because it was hard to get. I personally don't mind when there are plot holes in films, movies, whatever. Like I just attribute to how in real life they're like. Sometimes when you look in history, there's some things that couldn't they have done that? Could there's that? Which is why we like look back at history in the first place, right? Because we learn from the mistakes made, even though some of them seem simple now, they weren't at the time, or they kind of slipped their mind at the time. Happens in film, happens in real life. Potato makes it feel more real almost. But when it comes to how the entire film was as a whole, for animation, it was made by Disney. Like I can't if I were to give it the low score, that would just mean that there were like issues during the production itself, which there weren't any. If you look at all of the set pieces, they're stunning, they're beautiful throughout all of the songs, and like the message itself was really great, which I always like really like about films when they have a great message. My only complaint, I guess, would be how, in terms of time frames, I think that the sisters could have had more time. The movie, it's not like it was too short. They got through everything they needed to, but I feel like Maribel's sisters in particular suffered the most from that, because although yes, they did have songs to help with their characterization, and the thing with musicals is that they do songs in the first place to shorten time so you can get through the personality and growth in the first place. I feel like I don't know, just one additional scene of both of them after their experiences with Maribel to really show how they changed after those interactions would have been really appreciated. And yeah, I'd say that's my biggest complaint. And maybe you could add these to some other characters too, but I feel like those two were the ones that suffered the most from that. So, like, I guess what I'm saying is, yes, kind of rushed, but they got everything they needed to, so not the biggest problem. So I'd give this if I don't know, like I want to give like I was like, what's between 7.5 and 8? Is that 7.8 or 7.9?
7.
You know what, let's just give it round it up. Let's give it an 8.
I just realized, I'm so sorry. We've been saying Maribel. Her name's Mirabel. So sorry.
I'm really bad.
Mirabel.
Her name is Mirabel, not Maribel.
That Camilo scene. I love Camilo.
Overall, that's basically everything that us here at PsyPoints thought about the movie. We all really loved it, but what are your thoughts? Did you guys like it? Did you guys not? Why do you think so? And whatever you'd like for us to react to next, by all means, please place that in the comments as well. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for joining me.
One more thing. If any of you guys are interested, we are having recruitment.
Yeah.
You guys want to like if you guys like wanna join us like with our process and stuff, we're looking for like talents, like anyone who can basically do what Yvonne's doing. And then we have people like, we need new people in marketing if you're like interested in like planning posts and stuff and spread the word of mental health. Yeah,
man, join the team, join the family.
Yes.
No
Replace Yvonne
discrimination
if you
here. We'll watch
can.
Encanto again with you if you want.
You need someone to replace Yvonne, medyo pa.
As you can see, they're tired of me, and
tired of your face, man.
Yeah.
Goes.
Overall, just we all hope you have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Woo! Yeah.
No, it's nice. This is one of the first few times I've had another face here. Kermit's always a pleasure to have around. Darcy's first time on camera, and
Yay!
lo and behold, she's a puppet, by the way.
Yeah. Hi, it's me. So, yes.
Sorry, I don't have the virus.
Bro, no, don't say that all of a sudden, man.
Just-
That's wrong.
He just has a sore throat. It's a sore throat.
I
It's a sore
okay.
throat.
You
Our
won't have
super
it.
social distancing.